continue with the topic of OSI model. The next layer that we are having is transport layer, which is responsible for process delivery of entire message. It is just ensure that each message arrived in order. What this transport layer doing means taking the whole data from the upper layer, that is session layer, and it's going to break the data to the meaningful segments and header to the respective data, and it is going to transfer it to the following layers. It must include a type address, that is service point addressing or point address. There are different application that is running on this computer, but which computer to be transfer the data, it has a port address. Port address is nothing but the address of destination where it's going to transfer the data. It's with this port address, it's going to transfer it to the correct destination, and it can be either connectionless or connection oriented. If it is connection oriented, it's first going to establish a connection, then it's going to transfer the data. After the transmission gets over, it's going to terminate its connections. And what is connectionless? If it is connectionless, it's just going to transfer this data to the destination, and when it is free, when the destination is free, it's going to receive the data. Here it is going to segmentation and reassembly. It's going to first divide the data to the meaningful segments, and then as soon as the data will be reached the higher level, it's going to remove the header, and then it's going to reassemble it to the original format. And it's going to flow control how the data should be sent. If it's overcome with the fast sender and slow receiver. If it is sending the data, if the sender is sending the data, large amount of data again and again, then the receiver is receiving the data at very slow, means it causes the congestion to the network. So it's overcome with this flow control. The data that should be sent is fixed. At that time, it's going to control the flow of the data, and it is error control. If any congestion occur, if there is any problem, the problem that causes the error, it's going to control the error by transmitting the data again transmitting the data. And what is session layer? Session layer that is responsible for dialog control and synchronization. That what is that dialog control means? It just allow the two systems to enter into the dialogue, which it provide dialog control and synchronization. Dialog control is nothing but types of communication. Dialog control is nothing but which types of communication, whether it is simplex, half duplex, else full duplex. With which types of communication it's going to follow. Either it is unidirectional, simple, it is half duplex means both can send the data but not at the same time. Here full duplex means both can send the data simultaneously. And synchronization, it allows adding checking point to the data. Okay, why it is seen that some checkpoints are there at this message. What it means, we are going to add, if there is 200 message to be sent to the destination, it's going to add the checkpoint after 100. If it is crossing the 100, if after it reaching to 100, it's going to acknowledge the sender that 100 is received. You can send the data from 101 to 200. Adding checkpoint to the messages is called synchronization. If the data is lost at 121, it allow you to send the data from 101 to 200, not from 0 to 100. Then a corresponding data will be moved from source to destination, and it's going to remove the checkpoint after it's reached to a destination. And the presentation layer, that's responsible for translation, compression and encryption. as know that each layer is going to perform its task by adding the header to move from upper layer to its to move from lower layer to upper layer. What is translation? Translation, according to type of the receiver, the message is going to be transmitted. The message sender has its own format. Sender has its own format of data sending and receiver has its own format to receiving it. But the sender will change its format to common format. So the receiver will receiving the common format and change it to its receiver format. If CR is sended, it is common format. It is its sender format. It's going to change it to the common format, and the receiver will receiving it common format to change it to the receiver format. The one common format that is common for both the sender and receiver using to send the data using this translation technique. And then compression, as we know that the data is large. If it is multimedia images, videos to be sent, then if it is not enough space to send the data, means it's going to compress it to the smaller size, and then encryption, encoding and decoding mechanism is used. And here application layer, which provided the services to the user, whether it's going to be the human or software, it's just going to provide a service to all the types of the user. If it allow the user to access the data remotely. It just allow the user to communicate or share via remotely. It has one terminal, that is network virtual terminal, where the user can log on to this virtual terminal. After the log on, they can transfer the data, they can share the data, they can connect to wherever they want to connect. For example, this lockdown area, they can connect it to this they can connect to the company remotely. They can connect to the company remotely and can access the data, file, email. They can share the data, file and email wherever they want. And it provided the basis for mail services also. It has some distributed database where it can handle that database from remotely or from their home. It provided all the types of service whichever the user want. The condition is they have to log on to this virtual terminal, that is network virtual terminal. Thank you for watching, and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.